Good, Chad. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We're joined by Washington Spirit head coach Adrián González. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and we will get to as many of you as possible. Jason? Yeah. Haley, you have the mic.
Adrián, thanks for speaking with us. Congrats.
Thank you.
The players seemed pretty pleased with the performance, overall, the control of the game. What did you make of the whole 120 minutes?
First of all, I've survived, so that's important. I think it's a playoff game, so we know that it wouldn't be easy. There's no easy games right now, and anything can happen. Any opponent right now can beat you, and it's gonna be hard like this. I think we need to be proud of, especially, the first half. I think we've been very dominant, creating a lot of chances, executing the game plan perfectly, trying to avoid transitions, trying to stop Sears 2v1s, obviously with Sonny's and also Miliet on the width. I think we've been also great on second balls. And creating chances and playing in the half. But at the end of the day, you need to score. A game like that with a 0-0, you need to be careful. And with 1-0, the same. Second half, maybe it's been a little bit more broken. So we just started maybe being not that patient on the ball, maybe playing long balls so quick, and that allows us. Doesn't allow us to maybe to be that close, and then you give them space for running again, and maybe we lost a little bit the control, but again, I think we've deserved it much more than 1-1. So it was a matter of keeping insisting, believing until the end with that mindset that we have as a part of our identity, and players were so tired. We needed to make some changes, but I'm so proud of the team, how they've performed today. You can see that we are a team. Doesn't matter who plays, so you can struggle, you can have adversities, but at the end of the day, the connection that we have between us and also with fans, so give us this result and also this amazing performance.
Is there anything, you mentioned the changes you had to make that were forced. Is there anything you can share about Tara or Gabby's status at this point?
Well, obviously, we need to check on them tomorrow. Tara was her ankle. I don't think it's nothing big, but obviously at that moment, she couldn't walk properly, and you cannot take risk in this situation. So we've decided to bring another player. And Gabby, she felt something in that sprint in her hamstring. So again, we need to see how she is tomorrow and the next days. But the good thing is, obviously, it's not ideal losing players, but Kate have done a great job. Then we've brought Keisha also. And with the game like that, it's not easy to play, just to jump in and try to perform. And I think, again, it shows that we are not just 11 players. We have a deep roster, and that's something that is giving us a lot.
Andre?
Thanks for talking with us, Adrián, and congrats on the win. Wanted to ask about Louisville's approach. We were kind of expecting them to high press and come out, but they really sat off you the entire game until you scored the goal. Were you anticipating that? And if not, how did you adjust the team to kind of try and take advantage of that?
Yeah, we were thinking that maybe they would have been a little bit more aggressive, but also we were expecting a lot of long balls from keeper, from center backs, even though if they just play like 2-3 short passes, getting the ball into the outside backs. At the end of the day, we knew that they wanted to find Flynn, to find Sears, Wheeler. So at the end of the day, I think we've done a great job, not just winning the 50-50, because at the end, it's not easy to win that 50-50 against Flynn sometimes, but especially the second balls. So I think we've been very close to each other. Lacey, Croy, Hal, wingers, Rose and Sophia going inside and being able to win that second ball. And also I think the back line has done a great job dropping, protecting our back, because we know that they were dangerous also flicking those balls. And I think defensively, we didn't want to lose too many players just jumping and pressing because we know that they would, just try to find those long balls. So I think as a team, we've done a great job collectively.
And I wanted to talk about the penalty shootout. Hal talked to us a bit in the mixed zone and told us that you basically tell the players what the order is and then you just say, all right, bye. Is there a psychological reason for just being like...
Did she say that like
Yeah,
that?
she did.
Okay.
But
It's hard.
Yeah, but psychologically, is there a reason to just kind of like, do you not want to settle the, like, elevate the nerves with any more words than are necessary?
Okay. I don't want to show, our strategy, but we've been working a lot on PKs, not just the last week. So the last weeks, and I say months, and also last season we did the same process. We've been working with our sports psychologist. Every player has a routine. We take care of a lot of details about, routines, breathing exercises, obviously what we want to spread as a team, body language. There is a huge protocol behind the PKs. So at that moment, we didn't want to waste too much time. So that's why the information was already, said before, and it was a matter just to say the order. And obviously, we have an amazing goalkeeper coach who is scouting all players, and Aubrey is amazing also analyzing and identifying where the players can shoot, and yeah, it's a collective team. A collective thing. It's not just about the player who takes the PK. So we all take the PKs, but there's a lot of work behind. So tell Hal that it's not just that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thomas.
You mentioned Aubrey just now. How much confidence does it give this group going into situations like that shootout, just knowing her track record in those situations?
I think it's amazing, the confidence that she has. Also, what she brings, to the team, to the fans, the connection. She gave us a lot last season, and we believe a lot on her potential. It's not just about the ability to save. It's again the ability to analyze, to memorize, learn every single opponent, and that's so difficult. And there's a lot of work behind, a lot of responsibility also for her. So all the credit on her, because I cannot imagine, the pressure that you need to feel when you are there as a keeper. You need to be able to manage that situation, and she shows what she is. It's one of the best goalkeepers in this league and in this country. And when the moments like that appear, she handles the pressure like that. So it's amazing having her as a goalkeeper.
And then with Trin today, you had her on the bench, but then she didn't warm up, and it seemed clear enough that it wasn't the plan for her to have a role today. Can you just take us through the decision-making process there?
Well, she's checking the boxes really good. She's been working so hard, honestly, to try to to be where she is right now, doing everything and even more that she can do. So I think all the credit on her, because of that, now she had the chance today to be on the bench, to be honest. And also as a leader, it was so important for her and for the team, for the fans, to see her there, and she can help the team in a different ways. And I think today she had a great role as a leader. And obviously, we were saying that before, we are just taking the things day by day. But the good thing is, like, she's improving a lot because of the work that she's doing, and also all the performance and medical department. We are working to keep checking those boxes. But I think we are in a good spot.
Adrián, Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. I want to go back to Aubrey Kingsbury for a moment. Can you tell when you're standing down there if she's having a psychological impact on the other team when they have to face her?
What do you think? It's obviously she's so good on that. Her presence, body language. Just need to see her. I mean, it's not just about, again, saving. There is a lot of work behind. I don't want to say it here publicly, but we take care of a lot of details. When you go to a shootout like that, you have two options. You can, just see what happens, and try to have luck. There's a lot of uncertainty for sure, but you can prepare that and you can have different strategies. And I think we've been doing a great job on that. And also she's really good on that, especially here playing at home. The connection that she has with our fans is amazing. So obviously there is an emotional and psychological approach, of course.
Hi, Adrián. Congratulations on the win. You guys obviously celebrate with the 12th man, the 12th player, what you guys like to call them, Rowdy Audi. Just that moment right afterwards as you guys give up a goal to tie this match, it seemed like the fans got to their feet and rallied this team to the eventual win. What can you say about how Audi always just seems to have your guys' back in the toughest moments?
Yeah, a big thank you. I mean, we love them a lot. Again, today the atmosphere was amazing. We play with 12. That's a fact. And anytime that you are going through an adversity, maybe you are getting tired or you concede a goal, in that moment, that's so difficult, to keep pushing because, again, psychologically, there is a lot of, thoughts and emotions there that maybe you can feel like, woof, we had it and then we are going to lose it. But this team never gives up. So we've shown that mentality. And again, that connection with fans is not just a coincidence that today they were like that. We've been building that the last 2 years. And we feel it, we feel them. And I think also they enjoy it. Let's see if we can have one day, again, a normal game or not that I don't want to die there one day on the bench. But at the end of the day, the emotions and the energy that they bring, it's so contagious. And players, sometimes you need that extra push, and that's thanks to them.
And you kind of talked about it a little bit already with Trini Robin and her scenario. She was good enough to be in as a substitute today. Was there ever a scenario where maybe this team got down or there's, players in and out that she was going to make it into this game at all today?
To be honest, that's a personal opinion. I always take the decisions in that moment. I mean, it depends on, obviously you can have information before the game, but it depends on what you are feeling in that moment. And it's about a feeling because I have a lot of information or feelings on the bench, on the sidelines, so I see the players who can continue, who cannot, how the opponent is attacking or defending, where we have advantages. So all the decisions, if we bring one player, you cannot anticipate that, to be honest. So today I think we were doing great. The first half, it's been great. Second half also same. So all the credit also to the players that were playing. And sometimes if you make a lot of moves, you can provoke different things. So we thought that the players that were playing were doing great. We changed a little bit the way that we were defending to protect us a little bit more with Rebe and Hal in the middle because we were expecting that maybe they were just starting to play a little bit long balls, and that's why. But it was great.
Jeff Kasufi, ESPN. Sorry, I'm in the back, Adrián.
Sorry.
I want to go back to that moment.
Have maybe options for crosses. And defending wise, I think we've done a great job also defending those second balls. Obviously, players were so fatigued, and I was believing because at the end of the day, it was like, okay, there's no chance that we can lose this game. All the credit to the players that they've done a great job. So it was a matter of just keep insisting. That's the mentality that we have. Even though you are tired, you can feel that maybe, okay, it's a 1-1, but we've done a lot of things to win that game, honestly. And yeah, it was a matter of bringing energy, keep pushing them, and also believing that the opportunity and the goal would come.
My name is Elise, and I'm a junior reporter from IWLs. And my question is, now that you secured a win, what is your mentality going into the finals?
That's a good question. Thank you. The mentality is always similar. We like taking the games like one day at a time. So we know that today would be a tough game. So today was about today, trying to be present, trying to be focused on what we had to do today. And now it's time to celebrate it, time to rest, try to recover, and then next week we will prepare the next one, as we always do. So the mentality is always similar. We try to focus on every training session, being present, and don't think too much about the past or the future, because both don't exist. So we like to be more present.
Buenas tardes, Adrián. Felicitaciones en la victoria. Este partido es una copia de lo que fue los playoffs del año pasado y habla un poco de la mentalidad del equipo. ¿Cómo afrontan este tipo de adversidades en estos tipos de partidos?
Sí, tiene ciertas similitudes, pero bueno, al final diferentes contextos, partidos, pero como bien decía antes, al final creo que el equipo ha ido construyendo esa mentalidad, esa identidad durante estos 2 últimos años. Hemos conseguido muchos goles en los últimos minutos, hemos dado la vuelta al marcador en muchos partidos y es un equipo que nunca se rinde. Entonces al final tenemos una mentalidad muy competitiva, en entrenamientos intentamos fomentar eso. A partir de ahí luego, pues como bien decía, la conexión con nuestra afición nos ayuda muchísimo a seguir insistiendo y creyendo hasta el final. Lo hemos demostrado muchas veces y es algo que el equipo sigue haciendo. Creo que es una señal de identidad muy clara y a partir de ahí, pues bueno, sabemos que van a haber adversidades en el camino y que no va a ser fácil. Estamos en los playoffs y cualquier equipo pues está aquí por algo y cualquier equipo puede ganar y puede perder.
Y la segunda pregunta que tengo es de curiosidad. ¿Quién estaba en el slot 4 a 5 de los penales?
¿A qué te refieres?
Al de la lista de
¿La lista?
tiradores, sí.
Después de, a ver si me acuerdo. Después de Hall.
Después de Hall, sí.
No me acuerdo. I don't remember, honestly. Lo he dicho yo la lista, pero imagínate, se me ha olvidado la memoria. De verdad, siento.
No te preocupes, gracias.
Let's go one question per so we could get to everyone. Colin.
Don't worry, it's not about Monday.
It's okay. No? Nigeria? Deb?
So the first one is, this season, we started this at the beginning, talking about so many injuries on this team, and now we've come full circle again. Such a lot of injuries going into the playoffs. What was the mindset for you? How does that impact the way you prepare for these playoffs and then going forward into the semifinal and then hopefully the final?
Well, I mean, injuries obviously are there. It's not ideal, but I think we are doing a great job managing, trainings, loads, and recovery. It's been a hard season because, as you know, we've been playing 2 competitions at the same time. It was the first time, so most of the players weren't used to play 2 competitions. So we had a lot of week games and a lot of weeks where we play every 3-4 days, and it's not easy, to be honest. But I think we've been managing that really good. And now, obviously, sometimes at this point of the season, it's common, unfortunately, to maybe pick up some injuries. We had maybe also half of the roster the last weeks traveling around the world with the national teams, playing games, a lot of travel, so that's an extra fatigue. But it is what it is. We are trying to do our best managing the players' recovery, rest, and the training, and I think we are doing good. So again, having all the players available helps you to in case you pick up an injury that can happen, so you'll have other options. So I think right now it's a matter of just keep trying to help the players to be as fit as possible, recovering, and from there, with the availability that we have, we are going to compete.
Buenas tardes, coach. Quiero que me hable sobre el compromiso de las jugadoras. Este juego tuvo por momentos un juego bastante dinámico. Por momentos el equipo jugó con la bola y llegó con varios pases hasta la portería rival y por momentos se sacrificaron en defensa. Hablan un poquito del compromiso de las jugadoras de ir cambiando el juego, depende de las situaciones.
Bueno, al final es un poco como lo comentaba antes, es sensación de que de que cualquier equipo al final te va a atacar, te va a hacer daño y hay momentos que te toca pues saber estar sin balón, porque ojalá pudiéramos estar 90 minutos atacando, pero es que los otros equipos también juegan y lo hacen muy bien. Y creo que Louisville, pues bueno, ha hecho...
Come in and talk with the players. I'm curious if that's something you've kind of adopted along, in your career as a coach, or if this is something that you thought the team kind of needed, especially being in those high pressure moments, as you said, over the past few seasons. And kind of how important is that, especially, right now, someone said that at this point in the game, everything's mental because everyone's tired, and that's kind of so important to kind of get through these last few weeks.
That's a great one. If I'm honest with you, I think that's more important than the tactics. For me, I do value that a lot. Me personally, I've been working for many years with a sports psychologist for myself because I need to know how to manage also my emotions as a leader, to transmit what I want, and being aware, about your thoughts, your emotions, how you have to manage those situations, because at the end of the day, we deal with a lot of pressure. Coaches, players, in this, job, it's wonderful, but you need to know how to manage those situations. And players also, they get exposed every day. And being a soccer player is not easy. We just see the goals, the highlights, but being there, in front of 20,000 people with a lot of judgments, with a lot of pressure, knowing that you have a lot of responsibility, you need to know how to manage that. So, yeah, I do believe that that's so important. I spend a lot of time personally and also transmitting that to the team. We care a lot about that. Fortunately, we have a person who can help us. Also, some players, they are doing their job out of the club too. I think that's something that, as an athlete, professional athlete, you need to integrate in your routine. It's the same that you train your body, tactics, physicality. So your mind, your emotions, psychologically, you need to be prepared. Not just to play a game, it's to play also to maintain your performance in this type of games.
Take a few more. Yeah, go to the side.
Adrián, congrats on the win. You talked about the forced substitutions of Tara and of Gabby, but I wanted to talk about Rose and Gift also.
Because again, Rose, she played a lot, and also coming from Africa with the national team, Monday the same, she had a personal also situation the last week, so there is a lot of, things behind the decisions that obviously when you see that a player maybe is not, at her best in that moment with all the fatigue, the risk of injury also is high. So we wanted just to prevent that, but nothing serious.
Thank you.
Coach, felicitaciones por esta victoria y porque vas para las semifinales. Tengo una pregunta sobre lo que ocurrió con Fisher, algo pues negativo, y también no sé si me la vas a responder porque tú dices que no vas mucho al futuro, pero con quién te gustaría enfrentarte, si contra Portland o contra San Diego Wave?
Me da igual.
Okay.
¿Y qué pasó con Fisher?
El gol que hizo la Racing Louisville, ¿qué opinas sobre ese gol? Porque fue algo negativo para nosotros.
Bueno, pues un gol que al final pues no es ideal encajarlo, evidentemente, y menos en ese momento, pero bueno, también lo decía, que puede pasar. Al final creo que ellas pues tenían también sus armas, sabíamos que eran peligrosas, sobre todo en transiciones, cuando habían pérdidas. Es un equipo que es muy vertical y tiene jugadoras arriba que son poderosas y lo hacen muy bien. Creo que, bueno, que al final muchas de las ocasiones que ellas han tenido también han sido por errores nuestros, de a lo mejor alguna pérdida, pero al final no me gustaría catalogar el partido solo como algo negativo por ese gol. Creo que las jugadoras han hecho un grandísimo partido, un esfuerzo maravilloso y bueno, pues eso puede pasar. Creo que lo más importante es que el equipo luego se ha rehecho, ha seguido compitiendo hasta el final y bueno, hemos podido tener el resultado que queríamos.
Por cierto, Lacey Santos le gustaría enfrentarse contra Portland por su amiga.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Audrey.
Thank you, guys.
We'll have Aubrey Kingsbury and Gift Monday. right, we are joined by Gift Monday. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and we will get you the mic that I am currently holding.
Thanks, man. Congratulations. Thanks for speaking with us. Congrats on the win and the goal. I wanted to ask first about what you saw in that goal. It felt from the press box like the header went up and it just took a long time to get into the goal. I was wondering what you saw coming in for the goal and then how it felt watching it kind of slowly arc its way in.
After when I got a contact with the ball, I was so sure about it. Because, when the ball hit my head or when I hit the ball, whichever way, I was so sure that the ball was going directly into the post. So, but I was already waiting for the rebound in case the crossbar decided to play a quick one on me. But I'm so grateful that it went in.
I know it's been a difficult 2-3 weeks for you. I was wondering what you had to go through to sort of be prepared to play today and not just show up and play, but to actually truly contribute in the way that you did.
Football is a source of joy for me, and irrespective of what I'm going through, I know even my challenges would not stop me from achieving happiness, and football actually gives me that joy. And I just have to keep going. We have to keep living. So, yeah.
Colin.
So I know it's, I don't want to do it too much, but I know it's a difficult period for you. But what did it mean for you, to score that goal at a time like this with everything that's going on?
So like I said earlier on, it's for that goal I dedicated to all of the Spirit fans and also to my dad, because he is my first coach. He made me who I am today. He trained me on how to keep believing and keep moving on. And if I didn't come back and this goal didn't happen, I might never forgive myself because I might feel like I'm still grieving. But with this, my dad is with me and he's giving me the strength to keep going, and this goal was a proof.
Before that goal, you were on the halfway line. I saw you sort of like, massaging your foot like you were injured. So I was kind of worried. What was going through your mind at that time? Did you feel like you couldn't, you had to push yourself to go further?
I was cramping all over. I was cramping from my groin to my adductor, to my hamstring, to my calf. But something was sure that I was going to get a goal. So I had to just keep going. And, thanks to God, I was able to get the goal before I am being pulled out because it would never be complete if I didn't get that goal.
And Aubrey, everyone talks so highly about you and, what you bring to those penalty shootouts. When you stand there looking at the opponents looking at you, do you feel like they're intimidated by you?
I would think so. We obviously won in the semifinal last year in Gotham. No one scored, so I'm sure that's in the back of their minds. But I give a lot of credit to our fans. They're so loud. I have to imagine that's quite intimidating to come up as the opponent and to try to score in front of that. So, yeah, they brought the energy, the confidence, and, I was just confident in our preparation and knew that we would execute today.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. Fantastic performance from both of you. Aubrey, I just wanted to know, obviously all the talk is about the penalty shootout heroics from you, but what's just like going through your head? Like, it's kind of a follow-up to the last.
Honestly, it was pretty calm. Again, confident that we would pull through. I was kind of mad at myself for taking it that far. I think we executed our game plan perfectly up until like the 93rd minute when they scored. And just, the adversity we faced, to have Tara come off at the end and to see how much pain she's in. I was just wishing that I could have helped keep the shutout and we could have wrapped it up a little, prettier earlier on. I could tell the players were were really pushing hard, and everyone was pretty tired. Louisville as well. Yeah, a lot of tired legs, but really proud of us for grinding through. So it was calm, confident, but yeah, a little bit of frustration for having to be in penalties in the first place.
And you guys play, obviously, opposite sides of the pitch. You guys had possession for, well over 70% of that match. What are both of your perspectives from, seeing it from different sides and, just not being able to, really get that breakthrough and really not finish off those chances that maybe should be finished?
I thought the first half was beautiful. Didn't have much to do. Was just enjoying everything in front of me. Great movement, great decision making, and I think we just kind of got a little bit tired in the second half. Didn't have the correct movement and spacing off the ball, so kind of just bad decisions. Gave it away a little bit too much. Maybe went a little bit too direct, which played into Louisville's hand. But yeah, we grinded it out as much as we could, and incredible goal by Gift. Thought that was going to be the game winner, so sorry about that.
It's okay.
But yeah, the first half was great possession. Second half, I think we got a little tired and kind of strayed away from our game plan. But yeah, just proud of how we fought through that.
Congratulations on the win. My first question's for Gift. What was your impressions of playing your first NWSL playoff game?
So after when we qualified for this playoff, I was super excited and I couldn't wait for it. Yesterday during the training, I was just screaming, playoff, playoff, playoff.
Aww.
It's my first playoff and I want it to end well for me.
And Aubrey, well, in those situations when you're facing off against your opponents in a penalty kick shootout, what thoughts run through your head at that moment in time?
I don't know. Good question. It's just, focusing on my preparation and, watching their run up, making sure I time my dive right. Just focusing on one kick at a time, not really looking at the score or what's going on for us, but just making sure that I do my part to help us win.
Thank you.
Go to Jeff.
Aubrey, just to follow up on that, you mentioned yesterday you know Jordan fairly well, Jordan Bloomer.
Yeah.
In a penalty shootout, how much, if at all, are you two interacting? Is there any sort of gamesmanship in any way? Or
No, I'm not a trash talker. I just kind of focus on my job. Just if anything, I'm just more engaged with the fans and was trying to get them hyped up. Just kind of focusing on me and what I need to do.
And just going into the week ahead, with knowing the injuries, the stuff that, everything that you've been dealing with as a team, how do you approach that? I mean, obviously you went through that this week, but now you add a couple more injuries, unfortunately. I mean, how do you approach just kind of that, even mentally, of building up to another game?
Yeah, we'll just take it one day at a time. Hopefully some rest will help for Tara and Gabby. I haven't heard exactly what their injuries are. Hopefully we can get them back and some of our other players back. But more than anything, I think we can take away today that, we have a lot of depth. We are determined and we can do whatever it takes to grind out a win. Again, should have probably wrapped it up in regulation, but we dug deep. We didn't let it get to us mentally that we conceded late. I think we can take a big step forward regardless of who we have available next week and know that we'll be ready for the match.
Jose.
Right here, guys. First off, congratulations on the win. Questions for Aubrey. We talked earlier in the week how important you felt it was to not basically be a surprising win for Louisville. How did you feel about your teammates' mentality playing throughout the whole 120, especially on tired legs? And Adrián kind of mentioned the hard work you go through to prepare for these PKs and how much you guys have practiced a month leading into these playoffs. Can you kind of go into detail as to the work that goes behind the scenes and preparing for PKs?
I know we talked a lot about the game plan and trying to limit the chaos, keep possession, not let them be being together and believing each other and knowing that we've prepared. And I think that's reflected today in the confidence of our penalty kickers, and we did our job. So moving on.
We'll go to our
Elise, the junior reporter from IWLs. And my question's for both of you about the pressure was really on in overtime. How did both of you guys deal with that?
You want to go?
Yeah,
Or?
you go first.
Just staying present, like communicating with my defenders is really important for me, to not think about the goal conceded or what's to come if that's penalties. But, yeah, just staying connected behind the back line and making sure I'm scanning to see, like, where their attacking threats are, or if I get the ball, like, where my options are. But, yeah, staying present is really important to not let any nerves get in.
Yeah, what she said. Yeah, just I think we are so connected that if, for example, if Aubrey is tensed, I can sense it, and then I go talk to her and calm her down. So we're just connected that we can feel whatever any other person is feeling, and then we just talk to the person, and then everything is cool.
Yeah, the coaches brought a lot of energy too during the water breaks.
Yeah.
That was really important as we were getting tired. And there were a lot of injuries. A lot of times we'd go back to the bench and all come together, and it was just making eye contact and saying, "We got this." Keep pushing, keep going.
Jake.
Aubrey, congrats on the win. You've been a part of this team, obviously, when they've been at their highs and been at their lows. Second straight year of you guys making it to the semifinals. Just kind of talk about, since you've been in the positions of winning and losing games like this, especially in the playoffs, the importance of winning that first playoff game as you guys try to look to obviously not just make the championship, but win it this time.
Spirit loved to keep things interesting, especially in the playoffs. I think Sam was giving me a stat. We've almost gone to extra time every home playoff? Yeah. Oh, gosh. 5 for 5. I know. I feel bad, especially because I'm a goalkeeper and don't have to run, so it's not as hard. But, yeah, I guess always entertaining for the fans. Would love, my heart rate would love for it to be done, wrapped up in a bow in 90 minutes. But, again, I think it's credit to my teammates, this organization, the staff, everyone. We're very resilient. We can dig down deep and know that we have whatever it takes to get the job done. Confidence going into the semi next week, which hopefully we won't need to go to penalties. Yeah, it would be a gift. Maybe get us 2 goals.
We'll go to Jonathan.
Hi, Aubrey. Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. A few of your teammates, before we came in here, we've asked them about how much confidence your presence gives them. And they all said, yes, quite a bit. And I wonder, for you to know that what you're doing out there in a shootout then helps them further, what does that mean to you?
Great. Yeah, it's mutual. I have confidence in our kickers to make it, and they have confidence in me to save it. So I think it feeds into each other. When you know, all right, Aubrey's going to pull out a save, we just got to hit ours and we win. And then I know, they're going to make it. I just need one save and we'll be good. So I think that just kind of, breeds confidence and takes a little bit of pressure off the kickers and a little bit of pressure off me, and just helps each other get our job done.
Hi, Aubrey. You mentioned that you like to engage with the fans during the penalty kickouts or shootouts, and I wanted to ask, so the kickers always get the luxury of silence on the home games, but
Yeah,
you don't
right.
seem to get that luxury. So is that something you fuel your performance with, or is that something you tune out? I know you said you like to engage, so I'm curious how you deal with not being afforded that same luxury.
It doesn't bother me. Again, I think it gives me kind of a feeling of being invincible, and makes it seem, maybe the goal's a little smaller, and definitely helps me for the Louisville players to have to walk up all that way from the center circle, see the loud, rowdy Audi fans. I have to imagine that's pretty intimidating. I think that definitely helps. And it's probably, pretty intimidating, a bit of an edge.
Andre.
Thank you. Congrats on the win, both of you, and Gift, congrats on the goal. Gift, wanted to ask you about your connection with Rose. She was incredible today, got behind, created a lot of danger, and was able to assist you as well. So what was the relationship like, and how is it developing?
I think that relationship is important in this team. And it keeps developing. Every day we have to train, and I am so grateful for being in this team with Rose, with every other players. This is just the beginning. That's all I can say.
I'd love to hear that. Aubrey, I wanted to ask you about your process. You know, you're very intentional in just about everything you do. Everything you do out there to kind of prepare for a penalty kick seems very intentional, and it's been that way for a long time. Obviously, not to give away your process, but like, what kind of went into putting this together? And obviously, you see the success from it. So, what went into making this your process?
We practice penalties, honestly, throughout the season. Ironically, I've not saved any in the run of play this year, so maybe I just need to get into more of a rhythm. But yeah, just practice timing my dive right according to different types of run-ups. Yeah, making saves at different heights. So it's not like, oh, it's playoffs, there's panic. Like, it may come down to penalties, which it could be concerning for some people because, you know, you associate penalties with a little bit of luck. But I think it's, again, a skill that can be practiced for the shooters, for the keepers as well. So, yeah, all of us have been practicing all year long with our goalkeeper coach. And, we know we're ready for it. So I think, again, that gives confidence going into it for our kickers, for me, and, yeah, ultimately just leads to good outcomes.
Were you in line to take one?
I was in line. I can't tell you when, but can't give that away. But yeah.
Thank you, Melanie.
Hi, congrats both on the win. A question for both of you. Adrián before was talking a lot about how the mental side of the game and how important it is to kind of be prepared, and providing you all with resources with sports psychologists, in the run up to this. So how important is it for both of you to kind of have access to those resources and have that be part of your routine, especially in these high pressure moments in the playoffs?
Yeah, it's a huge part of what goes into being a pro athlete. For a long time, it's not been talked about. Resources not been provided. We've had a sports psychologist on staff since last year. He's great. He works with us individually if we need, but also as a team. We've done presentations on kind of like maintaining our cool. We talk about what to do if calls aren't going our way, things aren't going our way, and we kind of learn about how we each respond and what we need to feel connected and feel motivated. So, for example, I know Esme is a more passionate player, and when she gets a little bit fiery, that's kind of a good thing. I'm not guys, calm down, but that's how she brings her personality. So we kind of lean into what each person brings, and do they play a little more elevated and excited, or are they a little more chill? I'm definitely more calm, and you don't have to think oh, Aubrey's, not excited, but, that's just me, level-headed and calm. So another, great resource to have, and it's sparked some great conversations and understanding each other and understanding how then we can help each other in the game.
Honestly, Aubrey said everything.
Sorry, I'm long-winded. I'll leave some for you.
Luis.
I got a different question for you. Mm-hmm. Do you have any goalkeeper who is inspiring you now or inspiring you in the past?
Oh, yeah. Growing up, soccer wasn't on TV much, especially not women's soccer. So I would watch the U.S. women's national team when I could, and was a fan of Bryce Gurry, which is really cool. She's now an ambassador with the team, and I've gotten to meet her and gotten to know her. She was also a previous assistant coach. So, yeah, it was cool to see her. She really paved the way. And then Hope Solo as well was one of the first modern-day goalkeepers where you got to see a great athlete, someone who's great with their feet. So I would say those two just, really paved the way for the sport and the position.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Aubrey, I wanted to ask a little, before and during the shootout, it seemed like the referee was bringing you and Jordan Bloomer together to talk about something, and then there'd be one kick, and then it would be another chat, and then one kick. What was going on? It was very confusing to see it play out.
So, at the beginning, he's just giving us the speech, stay on the line, don't do any Emilio Martinez antics, I'll have to warn you. It's no worries. and sometimes as a keeper, you can hand the ball to your teammates, but he was explaining he'll give the ball to the kickers. So yeah, just kind of the formalities. Yeah, then we got underway, and I mean, it was maybe slow intentionally. But yeah, that was it, just kind of your formalities.
And then during the post-game celebration, it looked like at least Esme, maybe a couple other players ended up in the stands. I don't know if you were. Oh, you didn't say. Okay.
I had to go with broadcast. I missed out on all the fun.
Well, then you probably wouldn't know.
That's hilarious.
But in general, you've mentioned having the crowd at your back in that moment and how much it adds for you. It adds your confidence. It adds maybe some intimidation on the other side. I'm kind of curious. Is there a process in terms of like making sure you don't get like too excited by it, the fact that it's such a wall of noise where it's like it could become like you're jumping early, your timing could be off, things like that?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I was before every kick, trying to get them louder and louder. Yeah, just really grateful for the fans. They were awesome. Just trying to thank them afterwards, and we need them next week, so hopefully everyone comes back. I wouldn't ever say that I've thought that they're too loud. Nope, they can turn it up even more if they want. Yeah, it's just more just kind of focusing in on the kicker and making sure I do my thing and I kind of block out the noise. Yeah.
Thanks. All right. Thank you both. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Hey, Avery, you say like that?